Now, all this being said, it's real easy for my 205-pound, very unathletic, like ain't got no shoulders, ain't got no knees. It's real easy for me to talk trash.
Lieutenant Dan. So did you enjoy yourself at the indoor football game? I'm asking that from a purely entertainment, not a pot stirrer. Did you actually enjoy it?
Oh, yes, I did.
I did too.
I
My kids did too. Beckett wants to go back.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. So I was watching the kids as the game was going on, and Beckett was the one paying the attention the most. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I was paying attention, so she was paying attention.
Yeah, whatever Dad does, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Phoenix is on his phone the whole time. He just doesn't care about sports, period. And Ozzy doesn't, we're going to play football this year. And I was like, Oz, you think you want to play this? He's like, yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
So what was your opinion on the Greenheads? And
so we left about halfway into the third quarter because my kids were hungry and it was like 10:30.
Yeah.
But it was fun. I know a couple guys on the team. If you pay attention to Monroe, Monroe City Athletic League, MCAL is run by, Tyree Hollins and Trey. And both of them played defensive backs. Both of them played their college ball at ULM, I want to say at least 10 years ago. So, yeah.
So they're just out here for the love of the game.
For the love of the game, 100% for the love of the game.
Some of those guys are trying to go to the next level.
Yeah, but the likelihood of elevating like that, it's not impossible, but
I spoke to the owner. So we were we got invited to the marketing booth. Mm-hmm. And so we're down on the field. The box to the right of me is the owners of the other team. And so I just started casually.
Was that the guy in the suit and
the cowboy hat? Yeah, so he's the owner. The white shirt with comb over was president of the company. And we got into conversations, and because they were getting upset. And I walked over to him during a timeout and I said, "Hey, man, it's Arena League. I got to ask, why do you care so much?" And he said, "Man, this is not a moneymaker for us." Or something. He said something along those lines. He said, "This is about passion. This is about caring about our guys. This is about wanting to see people win." Mm-hmm. And I was like, love it. Tell me about it. And I said, "So why are you so frustrated tonight? Y'all are playing close, but you're not winning right now." They did win the game, but
yeah.
They trailed for 90% of the game. Mm-hmm. And he goes, "Man, this team has 7 people that went to the league. He said, we blew everybody out last year. He said games weren't even close. We absolutely smoked everybody. We're only missing 3 or 4 players from last year, and we had the same head coach. We should not be performing like this. You guys are a first-year team. Y'all aren't that good. We should be blowing y'all out right now. So this is disappointing, and we've been playing like this all season." And I said, "So what do you think is the number one problem?" He goes, "Everyone thinks there's a superstar. They're a superstar now. Everyone's looking in the mirror instead of the car they drove in on that day."
I can see that in the way they kind of communicated, and they were real chippy against each other. And then I was texting somebody, it was number 65, our big D lineman.
That poor dude.
Dude, I love that dude.
Except for the fourth quarter.
I didn't see it.
Oh, well, you weren't here. Okay, so respectfully, because look, this dude could beat the mess out of me, right? Yeah. When they go back and watch film, I guarantee his teammates are like, "You didn't even play. You were there. You didn't play."
He was just worn out.
Huh? Oh, he was gassed. Yeah. He was absolutely gassed. He was leaning, and there were so many plays in the fourth quarter where he could have been the difference maker.
Yeah.
But he went from nose guard to just standing up and leaning on the center. And that's all. He was just standing there.
Yeah. Look, I've played in those games in high school where you're just so tired by the fourth quarter. You can't there's nothing more you can do.
And I guess that guy, he could be a hobbyist, right? So maybe he's just there "Hey, I got a year in me. Let me try."
Yeah.
But a lot of those guys are taking it seriously. Again, the coach told me he's got players who are hoping to get noticed.
Yeah.
And yeah, so
they had some studs. They had some good players. Our number 9, I like big, tall tight end.
Dude, these quarterbacks,
their quarterback was a bowling ball.
Dude, well, both quarterbacks were huge. Mm-hmm. The 2 biggest dudes on the field were the quarterbacks. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about over the offensive, defensive line. There was one tight end who was massive.
Number 9.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that dude
he's
was
big.
Holy cow, that dude was huge. But some of these guys, like, if I just ate more, I'd be the same size as him.
Look, so when I was at ULM as a baseball player, I was the same size as most of our old linemen.
Yeah.
And it was just a very different time for college football on ULM's campus. But now, when I was a bar owner, I had like 5 guys walk in. I don't know if you remember Alec. Man, it was Alec, like Alex Howard, maybe. Alec came here as a tight end from around where I'm from. And I was like, man, are you guys old linemen? He's like, no, I'm a tight end. And Alex taller than I am. And he's like, but they're old linemen. And they were all taller than him that walked in behind him. I was like, oh, thank God. We're finally recruiting college offensive linemen, instead of people my size.
Right.
And I'm big. I'm not knocking that. But it's like, there's a difference between 6'4" or 6'1.5", which I actually am.
Yeah.
And 6'6", 6'7", right?
Yeah. They're literally blocking. Like, you can't see nothing. Yeah. Yeah. No, but it was so overall, really liked the game. Very enjoyable. Atmosphere was fun, especially on the field.
The energy was fun.
Yeah.
There were some big hits.
So there were some big hits. Yeah. Overall, my biggest complaint on the game. You ready? Some of the defense was soft.
Yeah, there was that.
Like, nobody was putting pads on pads. Mm-hmm. Everybody was ducking out. I watched one guy break 5 tackles because no one even really tried to tackle. They were trying not to get hurt.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, come on now.
Yep. Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Yeah, I saw a lot of that. And so I saw more of that than I did hard hits. And so I'm like, I question heart, Now, all this being said, it's real easy for my 205-pound, very unathletic, like ain't got no shoulders, ain't got no knees. It's real easy for me to talk trash.
Lieutenant Dan, you got metal legs.
Yeah, I got a metal face.
Yeah,
I ain't got a face.
Yeah. So what are we going to talk about today? Because that was, I really enjoyed myself. My kid.
I think I will go back to another game.
I think some of the complaints I've heard are that the sponsorship dollars are asking the same as they ask for hockey, and I can understand that, but they don't. Like, they're like, that's cool and all, but you have 4 home games. Hockey has 60.
So that'd be an issue for me as a business owner. Is like, it's got to be reflective of how much exposure I'm getting, so they have less attendance and less games. Mm-hmm. In fact, somebody is a past client of mine, and I really, really like the guy, and I was completely willing to support him. It was a soccer league, and he's like, "Hey, man," he's like, "I'd really appreciate if you'd come in to be a sponsor." And I was like, "Yeah, absolutely. What are y'all looking for monetarily?" It was a number that I could do, but I was also expecting like a lot of games, and I was like, "Cool. What do I get for it? What's your average attendance? Like, what can I expect here?" And then I went. I never asked how many games they played, and then I finally went, "Hey, I forgot to ask. Like, how many games do you guys play?" And he went, "We'll have 2 home games this season." I said, "Man, no offense, but
yeah, that's
do you want me to like sponsor bottles of water? I could do that,
I know we had. So there were conversations at the city where there was the opportunity to have, I believe, 4 professional sports, 5 professional sports in this city. We'd have to build a baseball stadium for that, but
I wish we would have.
Yeah, it's just too damn expensive.
I know.
We identified property, everything. It was just too expensive.
I remember seeing mock-ups of it. That's one of the things that I really like, and I don't, this isn't like a Dallas versus Monroe thing. Just one of the opportunities I like as we're opening a business in Dallas is when we're in town over there. Man, there is no shortage of things to do. There is a basketball game, a baseball game, a Top Golf.
They have soccer. They have PGA
we have World
events.
Cup who's over there right now. PGA events. Man, they
have every sport.
Yeah, it's really cool to be able to go do that down the road. Like, look, me and Amanda are homebodies, man. Like, we go to work, we come home. We actually, instead of going to hang out at other people's houses, we prefer that people just come enjoy the pool. We like to cook. We like to host. And so we're very much so homebodies over there. We're like, hey, when can we wrap up phone calls? Like, we want to go do some stuff.
Yeah, let's go exploring.
Yeah, we do, man. It's great.
It's because you lived here your whole life, and That's something I used to tell people all the time. Try to go be a tourist in your hometown.
Yeah.
It's difficult at times, but like we have
Go
some
do something you don't do.
cool museums here and stuff. Like I live in the Garden District, and the first time I've ever been to the Coca-Cola Museum, Bible Museum, Beatenhorn Gardens was within the last 2 years. And I mean, I've lived in that neighborhood since 2012 on and off. And so it's just one of those things like the Bible Museum's really cool. Like there's a lot of really old stuff in there. The Coca-Cola Museum obviously is one of the largest companies to ever be created in the world. And Monroe has played a tremendously pivotal, part in that. And so there's a lot of history there. There's a lot of cool stuff. And there's things you can see, to me, the really cool things is like, oh, this is the first Coca-Cola delivery truck. And it's located on dirt roads, which are roads now that we drive on every single day. And, you can kind of see how our community was developed and built and where streets came in and things like that. And so, seeing that and attaching that, and then the Aviation Museum. I mean, I can spend hours just on each little room in there, just going through all the little things. And my sons really like it there, and the airplanes and all this. I mean, it's just a lot of really cool stuff.
Just watching airplanes take off is fun. Honestly, it's amazing how we're allowed to do that as human beings. So. There's some fun things about Monroe, and we've talked about it on this podcast. At least 3 out of the 40 episodes, or however many we've recorded together now, that our food here is massively good compared to other small towns.
Yeah, it's lit.
For sure.
There are things. I mean, I tell people this all the time. If you're coming to Monroe looking for good, like what you think of Louisiana as like the tourism type food, that good Cajun food, you're not really going to find it.
Yeah.
But restaurant, Taste of India, Athena, which is another Greek restaurant coming, I saw.
I wonder how good that was going to be.
Parish. It's franchise, so
I
it
bet
should be okay.
I was like, I know, but a franchise zero, man, I need a lamb to be slaughtered in the back.
Well, everything on TikTok here in the last few months is how to make the like you mash out the ground meat and parchment paper, put one on top of it, roll it up, and cook it like that, and then you unroll it, and it's like, well, here's your gyro meat.
Yeah.
I
mean, it's probably good.
Yeah,
but I don't like the tzatziki sauce. Not a fan.
Yeah, oh, I love it.
But man, I love a good gyro, and I like to just smother mine in hummus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Athena. I mean, there's
Athena's great.
Yeah,
really enjoy
that menu. Yeah. But there's a lot of restaurants here that you run into that it's just they're top notch for where they're at, and they may not have.
Not even for where they're at, man. There's something to be said. Like they can go anywhere.
What I'm saying is, in that it's not where they're at is in here. Like they may not have a whole lot of competition in that same type of genre. Like
right.
Janus's from an Italian standpoint, there's not a ton of other Italian restaurants, but it's really good.
Yeah.
And then, Coco is really good.
Coco's good.
Yep. Ronan, really good.
Parish,
really good. Doge, really good.
Yeah.
Cotton, really good. It's like all of these places, they compete in that they're at the same price points, but they're not necessarily. It's like what kind of. Nadia from our team posted pictures. They went to
where was
Hotel Monroe.
And
she said the shank was incredible.
Man,
bread pudding was the best she's ever had.
Look, somebody else is gonna have to buy it. Let
New
me
chef.
try it. I'm done getting robbed by that place. Mm-hmm. I have lost my confidence.
It's hotel.
Don't you tell me how good your food's gonna be, and then let it be absolute trash.
Well, Nadia said it was really good.
I question her taste buds.
Well, she may.
Hotel Monroe. If you'd like to make it up to me, you can drop off lunch sometime. But I'm sorry, that's tough.
Yeah, so it's the pork uzzobuco, which is that one.
Sounds like what was on Corey's menu a few months ago.
And then catfish atchafalaya, and that looked really good.
Yeah.
And then she said the bread pudding was the best bread pudding ever, and the salted caramel cheesecake was pretty good too.
again,
It looks very Louisiana in what they're delivering.
I'm owed some back credits on poor experiences. So.
I got you, big dog.
Yeah.
So, speaking of hotels, any new developments in your world? Because we haven't really talked. Like, we talk on this about the company and the business and the things, but I was talking to a buddy last night, Wes Malk. He's like, "Hey, what's it gonna cost for me to just come over there and listen to that dude talk?" Commenting on one of my statuses of like our morning meeting. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Wes, we all know you. Just pop in, come
So
say hello."
come talk to you.
To you.
Wes knows my cell phone number.
Yeah, and
he can come talk to me anytime he wants.
And that's what I said.
I love Wes.
I was like, about what? He's like, well, it's just leadership and entrepreneurship and investing and all that stuff. I was like, Wes, we have a class once a month. By the way, guys, we have a class once a month. We talk about investing. Now, Brent Upshaw and myself kind of put this together. Brent and his wife did just have a baby, so I don't know what this month's meeting is going to look like, but we should probably get back on.
Are you hosting?
Yeah. This one.
What's the topic?
I have a feeling. I haven't even looked at that. It's typically the second. It's typically the second to last Thursday of the month. That's what we've been doing.
Is that next Thursday now?
Probably.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It always I haven't been in town for one of them yet, and I'm not sure I'm going to be in town next week. Oh God, it's getting crazy over here, guys. Yeah, next Thursday. This Thursday is second to last.
Oh, there you go. Like I said,
you might want to send out some notes.
Yeah, may have to do that.
Yeah.
They said they did have a baby.
I was about to say
this past weekend.
They both definitely have wives.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Yeah.
But no, it's been one of those. What's been going on in your world? Like, what's a typical day for you in this industry as a 30-something-year-old CEO?
So it's been weird for me lately because since I was out of town for right over 3 weeks. Most of that was work, but we were in Maui and for a vacation with my wife. And
humble brag.
I was in Hawaii. Does that make it sound better? If it makes you feel any better.
If I can't bust your balls, who can?
Right. I would say if it makes anybody feel any better, I networked and worked for all but about 2.5 days of that trip to the point where Amanda was like, "Hey, we're in Maui." In fact, one of my partners that we have like a leadership call, and I hopped on, and he was like, "Hey, someone just told me you were in Maui. What are you doing?" And I was like, "Dude, I'm consistent. I show up. Period." And anyways, it threw my time off. Yeah. And I have not gotten back to my morning routine. And that was what I've been month and a half now. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I have been off my morning routine. Instead of waking up at like 5:30, 6, I'm now struggling to get out of bed at 6:37. This morning, have no idea what happened. I woke up, it was like 5:40. And I felt okay, but I was like, I'm tired. It's 5:40. My first appointment's at 8. I can get 30 minutes and roll. Normally, I'll just kind of doze for a second and wake up. Mm-hmm. I slept till 7:30. That's not good. Yeah, my brain needed to be rolling at 8.
Yeah,
and so I have been very, very inconsistent in my schedule, and the schedule of my past no longer serves me. I am spending time on the wrong things. I'm going to the wrong meetings because there's only one way this company grows at this point, and it's for me to do certain things and to get away from others. Mm-hmm. And the others, I believe, that's hard for me because it's going to hurt feelings. Because in order for something else to grow, mm-hmm. something else has to go away, or at least it has to.
Yeah, well, energy has to shift. I can't continue to put my energy here if I need this to grow. I have to put my energy over here.
Yeah. And so Amanda and I are just aggressively talking about what does Dallas look like? Hmm? Like, how do we create enough time? Because the first thing that has to happen is we're working on all the licensing and legality and all that stuff right now. We're almost done. I have a feeling we'll be HL Dallas will be up and running. I'd say within the next 14 days, I hope, depending on how quickly the Texas political realm works. Which has proven to be slower than Louisiana. But how do we get over there? First thing that has to happen after all the legal stuff's done is, I've got to go recruit some agents. to spend some one-on-one time with them, showing our systems, what creates productivity and activity in our worlds, and creating a brand.
That's something I used to tell people all the time. Try to go be a tourist in your hometown.
That's one of the things that I really like, and I don't, this isn't like a Dallas versus Monroe thing. Just one of the opportunities I like as we're opening a business in Dallas is when we're in town over there. Man, there is no shortage of things to do. There is a basketball game, a baseball game, a top golf.
They have soccer. They have
Oh,
PGA
we have World
events.
Cup is over there right
Yeah,
now. PGA
yeah.
events. Man, there's just
They have every sport.
yeah, it's really cool to be able to go do that down the road. Like, me and Amanda are homebodies, man.
That's something I used to tell people all the time. Try to go be a tourist in your hometown.
Yeah,
It's difficult at times, but like we have
go
some
do something you don't do.
cool museums here and stuff. Like I live in the Garden District, and the first time I've ever been to the Coca-Cola Museum, Bible Museum, Beatenhorn Gardens was within the last 2 years. And I mean, I've lived in that neighborhood since 2012, on and off. The Coca-Cola Museum obviously is one of the largest companies to ever be created in the world, and Monroe has played a tremendously pivotal part in that. And so there's a lot of history there. There's a lot of cool stuff, and there's things you can see. To me, the really cool things is like, oh, this is the first Coca-Cola delivery truck, and it's located on dirt roads, which are roads now that we drive on every single day. And you can kind of see how our community was developed and built, and where streets came in and things like that.
Did that answer your question?
Not even remotely. I asked you, what do you do on a regular basis, on a daily basis?
Showing our systems what creates productivity and activity in our worlds, and creating a brand in a place where we don't have one. And that's going to take up a lot of my energy, a lot of my focus, which is going to mean I need a different schedule. You know, how do I make sure that this place doesn't miss a beat, that nothing derails while my focus is elsewhere? And so it's preparing our leaders for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did that answer your question?
Not even remotely. I asked you, what do you do on a regular basis, on a daily basis?
Okay, now I guess yeah. Sorry,
But that is a good segue.
well, right now I am literally just focused on what is the schedule that serves me. So I'm struggling with the daily basis. Like right now, what's it look like? Very easy. On Monday mornings, it's first thing I do is I'm at the office by 7:30. And it's down to, I know exactly what I'm drinking and eating every single day. I know what I'm wearing every day. I have zero decision fatigue. So I am wearing either blue or khaki shorts. I'm wearing a pair of one of the 3 on clouds that sit in the room. Don't care. They're all white. Doesn't matter. And then I'm grabbing one of the 10 shirts sitting in my closet. That part's easy. I am drinking an oat milk latte from Fiesta Nutrition with 2 drops of stevia and a savory scone. That's it. I get to the office at 7:30. I'm making my to-do list. I'm checking financials. I'm checking all the bank accounts. And then I'm writing down the 2 or 3 things that have to happen that day in order for me to be successful. I go into teaching power-ups and pipeline meetings. So I'm doing stand-ups with each of our leaders. You know, we've got marketing, we've got lead generation, we have ops, we have our listing team, and I sit down and casually meet with DJ in commercial division for a few seconds. But me and DJ talk like almost every day. So me and him sitting down at a specific time is pretty. It doesn't have to happen.
No,
Yeah,
it usually comes with a random text message from me celebrating some.
Yeah, like I just get a random like Ric Flair woo. I'm like, I actually just send back explicatives.
What you do?
Yeah. When DJ and I get together, really, we more talk trash to each other.
Yeah. Gotta pep each other up.
Yeah, so I'm doing stand-ups, making sure that each person, because while I may be the CEO of the company, everyone is the CEO of their thing. And so I want, just like I write down the 2 or 3 things I must do to be successful that day, I want them to also be doing the same thing. Like if we just moved one thing forward today, what would it be? What's the thing that is non-negotiable, has to happen? Moving on from there, I typically have 1 to 2 place calls. If you're not familiar with what place is, that is our tech prop partnership. Ben Kinney, Chris Suarez. It's a multi-billion-dollar company that, they just got some great people in there. Great C-suite. We have complete support, whether it be legal, financial, leadership, onboarding, offboarding, hiring, firing, just all the resources and tools. So I am on 1 to 2 place calls per day, mostly dealing with leadership and financials is the things that they coach me on every day. Once I go past that, I'm looking for 1 to 2 money appointments every day. I'm still responsible for the company P&L and making sure that it's functional. So whether it is helping someone buy or sell a house or talking to someone about being a partner with us, I'm looking for 1 to 2 money appointments in the afternoon every single day.
So if you see Harrison pacing around the parking lot, that's what he's doing.
Yeah. If you see, so I have 2 walking pads basically. Well, I literally have a walking pad in my office, but I walk in the back of our parking lot, or I walk in the front, but I walk over to this building in the right, which apparently that place just got bought, so I might have to.
Really?
Well, you told me. I just don't know if I'm allowed to say it.
No, we're not.
Okay, well then I can't say it. Yeah. So I normally walk over there, but whatever. Anyway, but that's what I'm doing. I'm actually lead generating, the same thing I ask for our agents to do every single day. I do myself, and so it's it's agent retention, agent attraction, which is recruiting, or buying or selling real estate. I'll throw investing in there too.
Yeah,
I do a lot of that.
Yeah, there's a lot of those conversations. There's a lot of us trying to, hey Harrison, have you seen this deal? Hey, have you seen this? Have you seen this? Have you seen this? That's not a deal. that's just something on sale.
So, if your best deals, if we're talking to investors here, there are people who make so much money that they've got to move it into places that that they have any sort of return. There's people that will take if a Chick-fil-A is on an end cap in a shopping center, it's a great anchor. They can sell that thing at a 3 or a 4 cap. All right, let me tell you something. You will never catch me buying anything at a 3 or a 4 cap. It's not worth it. That's not even the metric I use. I use cash on cash return year over year. And so my metric is I'm looking for as many 15% cash on cash deals as I can find per year. Anytime I get brought one that is not in a place, I just prefer not to do lower end rentals. It's just not for me. So if it's in a place that I desire, if it hits anywhere near a 15% cash on cash, I'm probably going to do the deal. I made an offer the other day at a 12.6. It was in a location that I really, really liked. I felt like I offered them a little bit too much money, but I knew I could rent it out in a day, and I knew that, again, at 12.6, I'm still signing the line.
Yeah.
Unless it's, the location gets marginal or,
Yeah.
Whatever. But that's, in my opinion, that's smart investing. A lot of people, they get scared of being told no, and frankly, I don't care if I get told no. It doesn't hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
I know for every 10 offers I make, one person says yes, and that's absolutely fine with me. But I don't have the problem of having too much money. I had the problem of having just enough money to, if I'm done with it, I can lose it.
Yep.
Or if I'm really smart with it, I can grow a legacy.
Yep. So I think that's the one thing I get the most questions, comments. How do I get started? That's kind of one of the reasons Brent and I started that, evening class. That's what that's about. It's guys coming in talking about, some of them have, 50, 60 rentals. Some have 0, and it's just, hey, how do I get started in this? I think it's like you're starting your own business. There's a lot of people that the failure to launch, the fear of being successful, the fear of failing, all of that comes into play on the front end, but they just don't know what they don't know. And truthfully, I think a lot of people this is the kind of stuff that we wish we would have learned in school, right? Like,
man, how to keep books, how to operate QuickBooks,
QuickBooks should be a taught class in high school.
I am, which this is bad. I don't manage my own books, right?
Yeah.
I look over them. I don't manage them. I up until a few years ago, I did not have a very good accounting method. I'm really glad, or at least today, inside of the real estate company, I don't think anyone has stolen from me, but they could have. 100,000% they could have, because we were not managing our finances well.
Yeah, it's when you have as many moving parts. It surprises me that we don't have a CFO or something like that up here.
I am the CFO, but it's also so now we have a financial system.
Yeah.
Every Monday when I get out of pipeline meeting, my first meeting is with my financials, and so Tasha has every credit card swipe. Every check written, every ACH. Those are the only ways to pull money out of our accounts. There's no Venmo, no PayPal. You're not allowed to connect any of our financial resources to any accounts. So there's only a few venues to get money from us. It's very, very easy to find theft because we don't get paid cash ever in the real estate business.
Right.
There might be $5,000 in cash in all of our accounts receivable all year, and so very, very small chance to steal if you are managing finances, but we've gotten it down. It used to be a few years ago, I started doing monthly reviews. And as our company grew, monthly reviews became hard because you could be talking about 1,000 money transfers or swipes in a month. And how am I supposed to remember every one? Now let's talk about replicatable and expandable, because that's what systems need to be. I need to be able to look at my business in 10 minutes and know whether it's doing the right thing. Well, if I go to Dallas and I go there for 3 months to go recruit and prop this business up, DJ, how am I supposed to know what those credit card swipes and all that were? Yeah, I don't. So we have to take it in bite-sized pieces. That's why we do it every Monday.
Yep.
So now instead of taking me half a day on a Saturday on the first of every month, managing last month's finances, I'm doing it. It only takes, now that I know what I'm doing, we have a color coding system. I have 3 highlighters in front of me. Tasha knows what it means. I highlight personal, business, what the hell is this? I take some notes on the side. She brings back a report to me the next day. She enters it into our partners on the money that we spent and gets all of our expenses approved. And we know exactly how much money we spent and what we spent it on every single time. We also, a new accountability. You can't get money back reimbursed from us unless you provide an invoice or receipt. We used to just honor system it. And now, again, I don't think anybody took advantage of me or anything. But now that we're partnered with an SEC regulated company, it's just like we have to.
Right.
We have to run our business like a real business.
Right.
So that's the money management thing, super big. And investing, same way. Same way. Underwriting the deal is the most important part of doing the deal.
Yeah. I don't disagree with that. I think that was one of the biggest things I would say most entrepreneurs struggle with. It's not making time for that part of it. Like, oh, would you spend this money on? Would you spend it? And let's be honest with ourselves and transparent here. I think a part of that came from buying into this company, and they're like, hey, what is Don Chewy's? Hey, what is Parrish? Right?
Do you remember me having that conversation with you? They were like, hey, when we spoke and we talked about your financial habits, we all agreed that you had great financial habits, and now we are looking at your credit cards. And they're like, what is Don Chewy? What is Parrish? What is Doe's? And I was like, I like good food. So anyway, me and Amanda don't, I mean, like, we still go there, obviously, but we do not eat out near as much once we started actually looking at how much money we're spending.
When you put it on paper, like when you actually pay attention to it, you actually look at it and see it, it brings it back to that kitchen table economics where it's like, we spent, and I'm just going to use a stupid number, we spent $1,500 eating out last week. What the heck are we doing? Like, if I do that 5 weeks in a row, dude, that's a whole house I could have bought. Right? Like, it's like you start looking at the numbers in that scalable measure of what we're doing.
Our numbers were higher, and that's exactly the thought I had. Is like, I'm over here working my tail off, and we are squandering wealth. It's one thing to go out and have a great meal and a good time, right? It is another to just be wasteful. Like, I love Parrish, big fan. Love Sushi Coco, big fan. If I were to eat there 5 nights a week, I would call that gluttony.
Yeah.
You know? Like, it's just, yeah. There's good food that you can eat at your house.
That's right.
Like, me and Amanda eat.
Some of these things you've been cooking lately.
Oh, yeah, and we're doing it on a budget, man. I mean, how many people did I feed the other day? I fed 12 people at the house for less than $200. Me and Amanda, when we eat at dinner just by ourselves, we're averaging about $7 a head to eat. And that's down from when we go out, like you're talking about, I mean, 2 drinks apiece.
No, it's
plus
50 to 60 a head.
Oh.
Or more.
Oh, 2 drinks apiece has already made us 50, 60 a head. A double whiskey needs $30, you know? Yeah.
I went and spent some time with Chad again.
I love Chad.
Yesterday because of that glorious glass of whiskey he poured me at our happy hour thing last week. I was like, I want to go get some more of that. Yeah. So I went and hang out with Chad last night.
I love hanging out with Chad.
Chad's the bartender at Doe's, guys, if y'all don't know.
Yeah.
And if you haven't been to the new Doe's, highly recommend.
Yeah.
You know, they like you when you went in there, and when I go to restaurants, I like sitting at the bar. Typically, here's a fun fact. Typically, the best servers in the house are the bartenders. Typically, not always. At Doe's, I would argue, yes, Chad is 100% one of the best in the house.
Chad's one of my favorite waiters, bartenders on the planet.
But at Doe's, that island bar, you know, they just had stuff stacked on top of stuff. They're just like everywhere, and you couldn't really see it. He even made the comment. He said, since they've opened this place, now that you can really see he's like, we have sold so much wine, so much whiskey because he's like, and I guess it's just because people can see
You
it.
can see all the good stuff instead of it being like stacked in a corner or something. Absolutely.
Yeah, and he's like, it's wild
Yeah.
the difference from the downtown location to this
There's a
location.
whole thing to be talked about there. Like, why do when you walk into grocery stores, why? I mean, those things are not set out like, I think we'll put this box over here. Like, no, somebody really smart went, no. This is how we do it. I mean, they're making these decisions based on psychology, so it's the same thing when they walk in there and they reorganize everything, and you can see the inventory and what's available to you, and like people order it.
And that's why bars put mirrors behind the glasses because it makes it look like there's more to choose from. There's more selection. There's more there, and so it makes the choice not necessarily overwhelming. But I'm not gonna. It's like the last. I don't know if you've ever heard the last scoop of potato salad at a picnic. Like nobody. If there's one brownie left on the tray, people are going to leave it. If there's one deviled egg, they're going to leave it.
If you have decent people.
Right. Most people are going to leave it, but it's one of those, like if you feel like even looking at a bottle of whiskey, you're like, I'm not going to drink the last one.
Yeah.
But if it looks like there's more up there, let me get that one.
Look,
Right. Run it dry.
I'll empty your whiskey out. Okay. Yeah.
But it plays in all of that. They talk about the psychology of all of it and why, and it gives depth to the building. It makes it look bigger. It makes it look wider, and like I said, more options.
Yeah, but the bar, the restaurant itself, like they cleaned it up. They made it look a little bit different. Overall, the layout is the same.
The fun part about Doe's is that in Monroe is that both locations were opened in something that was originally a restaurant, and they didn't completely gut remodel. They just added two.
Yeah.
And that was I remember Andy talking and kind of bragging about that with the old one downtown, because before Doe's, for you that don't know, that place was 3 different restaurants. They offered the first year's rent was free because they could not keep businesses in there. And Doe's goes in there, and it's part of their design, like the windows that hung from the windows and stuff were one element, and then the ceiling was one element from the Italian place. And then he was like, we just kind of meshed it all together and added things and made it feel like a steak restaurant. And this one, if you look around and you're familiar, yes, it still somewhat looks like Portico. But they also embellished added some wood grain that you're familiar with at the other Doe's.
Yeah, they gave it a rustic, open brick look, and then the bar was the bar top's the same, I believe, but what they did around it in the back bar, absolutely beautiful.
Oh yeah,
they did a really good job on that.
Warehouse has that room behind the bar, and they basically created that, which way more space, right?
Oh yeah,
but it's a really really cool. I mean, Andy ceases to amaze me with his design principles and bars, restaurants, stuff like that.
He's a simple person. Simple. He does not get into the hustle and bustle at all. In fact, he corrected me the other day. Me and him were talking. So Andy just kind of has that place in my life, And we were talking, and I kept saying something. I don't really want to talk about what I was talking about. And he just looked at me straight up, and he went, "It doesn't matter, Harrison." And I was like, I mean, he shut me down, and I appreciate he was being a leader. I wasn't. I was being a victim. He's being a leader. Because the topic we were talking about, I wasn't very happy about. In fact, I was probably visibly upset. I think you know what I'm talking about now.
Oh, I know exactly.
Yeah.
I knew what you were talking about from the jump.
Yeah, oh, did you? Oh, okay, my bad. I didn't figure you know. But anyway, I mean, he straight up looked at me. He's like, "It doesn't matter," and I was like, "Yeah, you're right. It doesn't matter." I just got leadered. But hey, we all need that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody can be coached if you want to be coached.
Yeah. Well, he's just always. I mean, he coached me back in the day whenever I worked for him. Me and Andy didn't have a lot of conversations. We were not very close. We weren't drinking buddies or anything like that. But the conversations we had were largely about business and finances, and he just is not anxious for anything. And one of the things I learned from him was, man, if it's too risky, I'm out. Like, the only things I do make money. And if you look at him historically, like, name a time where Andy lost money that you're aware of.
I name a time all the time where we made Andy a pile of money.
Well,
And that first conversation,
we thought he was being fair to us, and he
oh,
still
no, time out.
He was being
He
fair.
was 100%
I didn't mean
being fair.
that to sound like he wasn't.
100% was a good
We thought
deal.
we were lucky, though. I think is my point.
Yeah, oh no,
right?
100%.
We thought we were like, oh, got him. Man,
Yeah, that's
even
a
got
heck
him,
of a
but
deal.
like good. We have favor.
Yeah.
We got blessed. Turns out that I think he won more than all of us. But I mean, it was a calculated decision. It was a good business decision.
That was in 2014, and he has had a paying tenant in there since 2015.
I'm about to say, has he missed a month? Not a full one. No.
No, he doesn't. Well, so Jeremy moved in right after I closed, and I think Lee moved in maybe a month or two after Jeremy closed.
Yeah.
So it was, he's had paying. Now, when you talk about not having many conversations with Andy, that was one of my first real ones. We're drinking. It's Live Oaks. We're sitting on the back patio. It was a random slow night. I think it was a Sunday. And I was like, hey, Andy, I want to put a bar in that building right there. And he looked at, and he'd been drinking a little bit. He looked at me and just started laughing.
Yeah.
He's like, are you kidding me? Have you ever even stepped foot in there? I was like, dude, it's got 4 walls. It's right here between Corner and Tsunami and, Hookin', but whatever, Mustang Sally's and Live Oaks. Is like, we all pull different crowds. It's not too big. I don't want to say a non-compete. It will compete, but it's not going to be.
It won't be the thing that kills you.
Yeah, it's not going to kill anything. And if anything, it adds another element to this block that can land here well. And he laughed, and he's like, man, there's no way. And that was kind of the end of the conversation. And then the next day, I came back sober. I'm like, hey, I meant it. He goes, dude, have you actually ever been in that building? So, again, I don't need to. It's 4 cinder-block walls. I can put a patio. I can do this. I can do this. He's like, just come with me. Let's go look. He's like, but you can only walk 5 feet into the building. No more. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And you literally, holes in the roof this big. You could see straight outside.
That place was disgusting.
Yeah, it was bad, but it was one of those, like, it was exactly what I thought it was going to be. And it's like all these houses I got. It was a $15,000 house.
Yep.
We knew we were going to have to put some sweat equity into it. We knew we were going to have to invest in it. But we also knew if we did it right, it was going to make money. And it did. And it was one of those, like I said, we came and poured a patio that was the same size as the building. I think Lee has, in fact, extended the patio.
Oh, yeah, it's huge.
And to me, the patio was the biggest. That was one of the biggest selling points on the building because it added so much more capacity to the space. But we went in there, and truthfully, we asked Andy, hey, can you replace the roof? We'll fix everything else. And we did. And a lot of that stuff we did on our own. A lot of it was kind of first business type stuff where we did all the demo work, we did all the painting,
Yep.
we didn't do the construction. We did hire a contractor for that. We hired a contractor to come in and cut out the concrete and lay the plumbing. We laid the concrete on top of it. Kind of did I built out the cushions and stuff for the bar and all of that, but not for the couch kind of deal that was in there.
I remember that day. That was weird.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, it was just.
I didn't know. I didn't
know what
you
I was
could do
doing,
that.
but I was faking it.
Yeah. Well, I think we priced it out, and it was just
it was
we
too
couldn't afford
expensive.
it.
Yeah, it was too expensive.
So,
But it was also that bar top, finding that silver that was like, man, this is going to look really. Once it gets dinged and scratched up, it's going to look really cool. Just finding the elements of that place and putting that all together, and it wasn't anything wild and crazy. Like we wanted to be something. We wanted to be a martini bar. Found some old martini ads, just blew those up.
yeah.
Screwed them to the wall, and that was it. Dark room, dark space.
DJ is one of the
time.
last living people to have witnessed me do manual labor.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there were days where we'd call each other like, bro, my back hurts too much. I can't.
Or my brain hurts.
Yeah.
So that place had so much mold in it
Yeah.
that, when we left for a work day, I'd have a headache for 2 days.
It was 3 layers of wall, 3 layers of flooring. There was just old
Didn't we have to hammer and chisel all the old
all
plaster
the nails and all that stuff that was stuck
out of
into
the walls?
the wall. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had to grind. So what you had cinder block walls. You had 1x6s nailed into the wall or screwed into the wall. Then you had another like frame on top of that, and then you had drywall on top of that framing. And so, yeah, that's what we pulled all that off. But you had all these little nails. So you had to go, because you couldn't see them because it was gray wall and like gray rusted nails. So we had to go nail by nail with a grinder and grind them all down all the way to the wall. And there were still some, like there were some that were higher that we just didn't do.
Those weren't liabilities.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it was, you know, all new HVAC. I mean, it was a brand new building. I mean, it was a full, incredible gut, which is funny because I have a deal going right now with a guy that was in the business, that was in that building, the business before us, which was 10 years before us. And I asked him, I was like, so was it your idea to put the deer on the wallpaper in the office all the way in the back? Remember?
Was it?
No. He laughed. He's like, no, that was there before me.
Yeah.
But it's funny when we kind of put this deal together, some of the houses we're buying, and we were driving around, he was the one that brought it up. He's like, hey, you know, I had that building before y'all did it neat. I was like, I had no idea.
So he was part of the check cashing place?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah. And
How about that day that somebody broke our front glass and we were like broke? I remember how disappointed I was.
well, it was one of those that, what was it? The front glass was factored in to we had to replace it because so here's a fun one with old buildings. If you don't have tempered glass, you can't you can't get a business license, because if it's just that old pane glass, now if it's a remodel type and you don't do X amount of construction, you don't have to change it out. But we're talking 9 foot by 6 foot single pane glass with a stage right on the other side of it. It was not if it was going to get broken, it was a when it was going to get broken.
Yeah.
So we replaced that, but then the glass above it, which was like a 1 foot by 4 or 5 foot pane, that one got broken. It was like, what are we doing? What is going to happen? But then it's all the people that get involved, like Scotty Robinson did all the tinting of the windows and stuff in there.
Was that him? Okay.
Yeah, it's just the people that were involved with this whole thing was wild. And it was also I did some of the construction stuff for Pickle Barrel, but this one was like the first real start to finish.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was the first time for me. I told a contractor to get out of the building. I had a plumber tell me that, nope, you have to do it this way. You have to do it this way. You have to do it this way. And I said, no, I don't. And I know the rules and I know the laws, and you're just trying to make more money off of me because you see a 20-year-old punk. Get out of my bar. And I looked at our general contractor and said, if you ever hire him to work for me, you're fired. And he said, all right, well, hey, you got to go. And then we hired Kelly Plumbing. Thank you a lot, Mr. Bobby. Which Bobby sent his youngest son to come do all that. I remember that. He sent his youngest son to come do all the cutting.
Yeah. I remember a not so happy face. I was walking in, I'm like, I don't have that job today.
I think he was in college at the time, and this was his summer job. It was like
jackhammering concrete. That sucks.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, that was a fun one. Fun experience.
Yeah, it was great. So what was our what's the deal today?
Well, it's what do you do? What do we do? How's everything working? I mean, obviously, one of the biggest points is that Texas opens hopefully in
very, very soon,
July.
Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely thinking, like, if it's past July, I'll be a little disappointed. I mean, that's one of my things today is to go check on the insurance, and then I think once we're there, it's sending it over. We did something weird. We were originally thinking that Texas reciprocated with Louisiana, and that Amanda's broker's license they'd give us, we go take our Texas test, and then they transfer her as a broker over there. That's not true. They don't reciprocate that at all. So then it was, do we go join like a corporate company, like a Real, an EXP or something like that? And there was a lot of red tape around it, and I was really thinking about it. So for those of you who think I hate corporate that much, I actually thought about it, interviewed with Real multiple times, and here's the reason that we did something different. They wanted us to sign over our Monroe and our Florida branches within 18 months of joining them. Like they just wanted us to sign them over, and I'm like, yeah, I can't do that. That's like an interruption that I can't. I just can't do it. It would cause me to lose agents. It would cause financials to change, and at the end of the day, like we did that, you know. And so we decided not to do it. And I was looking through stuff and found a service where you can like buy a broker, like you can rent their broker's license. So for $3.99 a month, we can have them sponsor HL Dallas, and we just go straight in as an indie brokerage, which is that's how our rules are written. That's the model that we run. So that's what we're going to do. It's going to be really fun. And so I think right now I'm just missing E&O and then some legal paperwork, getting the broker to sign off, hand him some money.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited too. I have a feeling I have to start studying for Texas soon.
Good news, it really was not that hard of a test.
Louisiana wasn't that hard of a test.
I think Louisiana was harder than Dallas.
I mean, the Louisiana test is French and Spanish and stuff like that in it. And if you don't,
It also has Italian.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I had to, well, I also, yeah. And going through it, the first time I took the test, I passed it both times. Like, I passed it the first time on both tests.
Yeah.
Studied a bunch, never really worked in it. Second time that I took the test, going through some of the stuff, I'm like, oh, I've done that. I've done that. I've done that. I've done that.
Yeah. That's what we noticed in Texas as well.
But then I failed. But I failed the Louisiana side because I didn't study for Louisiana side when I took it, and then scheduled it a week later, went and passed the Louisiana side. But that was my one big thing was like it was the Spanish and the different languages and what the wording and all of that stuff means. I think that's where I came up short. So
yeah.
But yeah.
Well. But we have a lot going on. I'm very appreciative, and I think that's what the deal is we're busy and we're appreciative.
And if you're in Dallas and you want to come join a hella team, holler at us. We've had a couple.
Oh no! So actually, I've had 2 phone calls. Like I haven't sent out an ad or anything in Texas. I've already had 2 phone calls. One doesn't have her license yet. One does, and she's like, "Hey, you just tell me when you're launching." Like, well, I'll come over. Like, oh, cool. We'll have a conversation. See if it's a fit.
I'm curious to see like once you get boots on ground, figure out what splits are going on around Dallas and how.
I mean, it's the same as everywhere else in the country.
Yeah, but bigger cities, when I say this, bigger cities, more competition. Here we have competition internally, but it's healthy competition. I can see a city that size have competition internally that's not healthy competition, where it's, you see what I'm saying? So, like, there's so many, like, Northeast Louisiana, we have what, 800 and something?
800-ish, yeah.
Yeah, but really, let's be honest, 100 to 200 are actually utilizing their license in some form or fashion on a daily basis. Like, look, I have multiple friends that have a license through sheer fact of just seeing the MLS.
Yeah.
Like they're not selling, they're buying, but that's it. And but then there's a good bit of people. So in the market, when I say maybe 100 people that are really actively working this thing. You get to a Dallas, I'd be willing to bet you can do that in each borough. So like Frisco has that many, and Coppell has that many, and McKinney and Plano, and so it's so you can have an HL Frisco, you can have an HL Coppell, you can have an HL Fort Worth, and so what I'm saying, like
that's actually our goal is to have. I mean, I'm looking for. I can do it a few different ways. I can do a few mega teams, or I can do some still team sixes, and so that's a 10-man unit, 1 listing agent, 10 buyers agents, 1 leader, and then of course we run the hub here, so they get transaction coordinating, executive assistants, as well as like call center. So yeah, like that is the plan that we run. That's what we're doing in Florida. They're gonna 2nd year in Florida, do 100 files this year. Not bad.
Not bad at all.
Yeah. So and then yes, I think there's going to be some different things in different competition. I agree, and there's different boroughs, and the national companies pretty much like the Real and EXP. same company. Kelly Williams and Coldwell Banker nationally, same company. So there's really no difference. The conversations are still the same. There's going to be people who want cheap splits. There's going to be people who want high service, high productivity with the highest chance of winning. Those agents are the few and far between. Those are the ones we're after. That's our recipe to success.
Yeah. And we will be successful.
Won't play if I can't win.
That's right. I think that's a good episode. That's we're at.
Yeah, that's
about an hour.
That's 2 episodes. Yeah, I think we started about 4 minutes late. So,
Yeah.
All right, guys, we appreciate y'all. We will see you on the next episode of What's the Deal.
Glad I didn't cry this time.